Let me make you stand in there, that's cooler, and then I'm gonna tell you a bit on Orchha. I promise you all, I won't tell you any boring story. Like this is the gate here, the entrance gate to enter the oldest palace. Do you have any idea? I mean, do you know how they used to greet all the guests in those days? How they used to make them happy with a warm welcome? No, no. See both the side of gate inside. Can you see the two platforms?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Both the side of gate, they used to keep a huge drum, music. Both the side of gate in front, they used to have two real elephants. Wow. and they used to put in their trunk a perfume bottle. When you try to enter the gate, they used to drop perfume on you on arrival. Look at those metal door there.
Yeah.
The steps goes up. There are balcony in front of the gate where a group of ladies used to walk up there, and they used to carry a lot of flowers along with them. When you try to enter the gate, they used to throw flower on you. But I'm sorry today nobody up there for us, just in those days. So, right now we just walked into the main palace complex of Orchha. Do you have any idea? I mean, do you know how many palaces and the temples are there in town? There are 6 palaces, 22 temples, and the 15 are the memorials. We'll see them later, right by the river. But 6 palaces are there, and 4 of them are here in this complex. Rest 2 are in the village. But those 4 palaces which are here, now I would like to tell you. Number 1 is this one on your right. This building, we call it Raja Mahal. You know, Raja, R-A-J-A, means king, and Mahal means a palace. And this one of the oldest palace in town. This palace was built by the first Hindu king of Orchha, the first Maharaja. His name was Maharaja Rudra Pratap. This town was founded by the Bundela dynasty, Bundela Rajput. And do you know Bundela Rajput were Hindu king? None of them were Muslim. So Orchha town used to be the second capital of Bundela dynasty in the beginning of 16th century. 1531, this town was founded. So the first king of this town, his name was Maharaja Rudra Pratap, the one who laid the foundation of this building from the 1501 up to 1531. It took 30 years to build this. But this was not just completed by one king. This whole palace was completed by 3 different kings at 3 different times. So this is the main palace. This is, we call it Raja Mahal, right? So this used to be the main residence of all the Maharajas, all the kings. So palace number 1 is this. Number 2 look at up there, which got the big domes on the top. That's the second palace of the Orchha. And we call that palace Jahangir Mahal. You know, Mahal means a palace. But do you know who was Jahangir? Who was he? I'm asking you because you came from Agra today and you saw Taj and Fort. Jahangir was one of the Mughal emperor, number 4th. He was the 4th Mughal king. Jahangir was the father of Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan, the one who built Taj Mahal. His father name was Jahangir. So once Jahangir, the 4th king, and the 4th Hindu Maharaja of Orchha, once both of them, they become a good friends. So the local king, he decided to build one palace to the honor of him. And it took 22 years to build that. But can you guess any idea how long Jahangir have used that palace for? Just one night, one day. 22 years to build, but used only for one day. I will tell you all later. Palace number 3, look at here, which got a blue and green ceramic tiles. Those are all Persian tiles from 1700. And in 17th century, that used to be one of the prince palace. You know, one of the prince used to live inside. So that used to be his own palace. Today there is one hotel inside. Today there is a hotel in there. Yeah, it's one of the oldest hotel in Orchha since 1983. The tourism department, they got this palace and they have converted into a hotel. So it's a heritage hotel. Now, during the 17th century, when one of the prince used to live inside, and the palace number 4, we cannot possible to see it from here. We see that later, once we reach up in the second palace. Why? Because the 4th palace was built right behind this. And the 4th palace was built for a dancer lady. You know, one of the dancer lady of Orchha. Her name was Rai Prabeen. Miss Prabeen, she was one of the most beautiful lady in India in those days. And she was a real court dancer. And she used to come in here into the palace of king to entertain all the guests. The day she came here into the palace of king, on the same day that prince, he came here to watch her dance. And when he saw her, he fell in love. And he decided to go there, to meet her into her palace. But how? How he gonna get there? See, if he's walking from outside of his palace to go there, then all the people who lived here gonna see him, and they might gonna walk here into the palace of king to let his father know, to tell his father that your son has gone to meet the lower caste lady. So because of the caste, he can't go to meet her anymore. So in the end, later, he decided, the prince, he decided to dig a tunnel. He made one tunnel all the way from top to go there to meet her into her palace. It took 3 years all by himself. So the 4th palace was built right behind this, which we'll see later when we walk up there. The place where we're standing right now, this news hall, this used to be the hall of public audience, the General Assembly Hall, where the king used to meet with the locals. If they have some problem, the king can come here and talk to them. So this used to be the hall of public audience. Hall of private, always found inside the palace, where king and their minister had a private talk. And look at up on the ceiling, some paintings are there. Come in here. Look at this. We're going to see more nice painting better than this. There are a lot of painting inside the palace. Right now we are standing outside. When we enter the palace, the main building, when we walk into the living apartment, there are the bedroom of king and queen, where you see some original colors. When you're going to see those paintings, they looks like new, but none of them are new. All the paintings are 500 years old. We call them a fresco painting. Fresco, you know, they're made of fresh vegetable colors. And they are the long lasting colors. So these are the original 500 years old paintings. Now the government decided to protect all the painting and the building from people and light. You know what I mean, people and light. People, the locals, not locals means from Orchha, but around. When they come here during the festival when it's crowded, but they do pick a stone, writing names here and there.
No.
Same they do on painting also. So we want to protect painting from people and light. So all the room inside are locked. But when we reach there, there's a man with the key who's gonna show us. So we can see the painting and we can take photo also. And this all got a 3 platform. Lower, middle and upper. This is the lower one where we're standing right now. Place for the general public. You see the huge balcony there for all the ministers. And the big throne seat up there for the king. Come close and have a look. King used to sit there. Low here, all the ministers. And down here, the local public. So if they want to talk to the king, they can go one by one up there through the steps and talk to the king directly. So this is how the all of public audience used to work. But a lot of color has been ruined because of time, not because of people. Because these palaces been abandoned for last 200 years. Because the Bundela dynasty came here in the beginning of 16th century. So from 16th to 18th century, for 200 years, they have ruled here. But in the end of 18th century, the last king of Orchha, the last Maharaja, he decided to move their capital, and they have shifted a place called Tikamgarh, 80 kilometers south of Orchha. So the last capital went there. So after 1785, no one lived in these buildings. They were all empty. So maybe 100 years back, the people might have come here to visit the main temple. They got the wood, made the fire, cooking food here, and with the smoke gone out. So a lot of painting ruined because of this. I'm sorry to make it bore. Now, I'm sorry for long talk. So, let me show you first the main building. First we are going to see the palace of king. Once we see this, we'll walk up there. And when we reach there inside the palace, we'll have time to walk on top. Because right now, if you go on top, you'll see the view of whole Orchha. Everything, even the forest, river, some temples, and all the rings around. So please remember, when we walk in and out, you have to be careful. You have to watch your head and the step. And sorry forgot to ask you, if you want your picture to be taken, also let me know. I know some good photo points. So if you want a group photo or your own photo, also let me know. This way.